Welcome back to another episode of the Really Bad People podcast. Wow. Yeah. I'm shooting this from like two angles. I don't know which one is going to end up being the final cut, so just vibe with it for now. Um if I choose the one up top, you can kind of see like how fucked up my jaw is. Yeah, I'm not going to lie to you. This is not going to be a funny episode for a lot of you. I don't really give a fuck. This is gonna be fun for me. This is gonna be a good experience. So to kind of just loop you into my where I don't know where to stare, so I'm just gonna stare straight ahead. I might stare off into the distance to give it more of a mystique, but my tattoos look great. Um, so not recently, over the past 2-3 years, I've dealt with some medical issues relating back to some reflux, like stomach issues. I got GERD and shit. And then I think because of the GERD and compounding with just like I think my general um being a hypochondriac. Actually real quick, this episode is brought to you by the Hispanic Heritage Month. Shout out to all the Mexican girls that say no. This for y'all. So shout out to y'all. Go support a Mexican or something. You know. So yeah, anxiety and depression have kind of been, battling each other inside of me for about I'll say consistently for the past 9 months or 10 months, however long this year has been. But previous to that, kind of just every so often I would have some issues, but nothing too sinister, too crazy, nothing I couldn't handle. But they speak about when you have traumatic things happen to you physically. The things that you were once able to cope with, they manifest differently and kind of, can take a new light, take new control. I really hope I use the top angle because I keep looking at that. So fuck y'all if I use the bottom angle. It's just going to be awkward and look like I'm reading from a teleprompter. But anyway, so recently I went in and got a physical, which I do yearly. I also went to the gastro and I got some procedures scheduled out. They're gonna be digging up in my ass. I'm getting a colonoscopy, and okay, I want y'all to rate my jokes for what I'm gonna say pre-op before they get in there and dig up in my goodies. But the first thing I'm gonna say is, hey, be gentle. It's my first time. Um, Rate that. What you think? Second one, whatever you do to the back, you got to do to the front. So basically saying like one in type. Um, and then my last one, which kind of goes with the first one, but do you have protection? That was gonna be my last one. So yeah, let me know how y'all think those will go over. I got a colonoscopy. Not a colonoscopy. I got something like a upper endoscopy when I was first diagnosed with GERD, and that one was kind of funky. It was kind of cool because I made some jokes because I was very nervous. Um, but I was very high at the same time, so I wasn't really too mad at that. It was real calm. But yeah, so after that, after going to get like go to the GI and she gave me back the hey we're going and I got like a fucking I got an MRI coming up, or not an MRI, a ultrasound on my stomach coming up. I want to say Friday. It comes up Friday, so that'll also be fun. So look forward to that. But in lieu of that, I went to the doctor and got a physical because I'm the big 25. We've already spoken about this before, but I'm 25 years old, very happy and ecstatic about that. Not really. And so I had to go to the doctor and I got my blood drawn and I got my blood work back, and everything looks normal except for one thing. Something called my DHEA DHEA sulfate. Now it's high, right? The max amount they'll allow for somebody of my demographic, so a male in his 20s, is 640. Mine is at 627. Now, DHEA is a androgen, if I'm not mistaken, so it's something produced by the adrenals that no, is produced, which then in turn produces hormones like our growth hormones, so estrogen and testosterone. High levels of it trace in whatever can be a plethora of things. And I'm a hypochondriac. I Google aggressively. And not once have I gotten blood work back and somebody has called me and said like, "Hey, let's set an appointment." So of course, panic ensues in my head. But yesterday when I heard the news and I had to set the appointment, I was extremely calm. Today, I had a moment of calmness pretty much all day. I obsessed over it for a little bit, but kind of separated, tried to do some work and get my head out of it. And then I'd say about like 4 o'clock, I got in my car, ate something real quick, and man, I just had the worst anxiety, panic. Yeah, I had a little bit of it this morning. I don't know what it was. I just woke up on the weird side of the bed, and so I'll just let y'all in on a little bit of my life. It is a constant state of anxiousness, and it's been like that since, let me just put like January of this year. I've just been constantly in the state, and I take a lot of supplements and shit. And like I do things that are supposed to help regulate, but certain moments, like I have certain moments of calmness, certain moments of peace, certain moments of tranquility. But there's also just moments where I'm fucked up. And during the summer, when I had my first panic attack back on like episode 7, 8, 9, 10, I don't know. Go check. I'm wearing a green jersey, sitting in front of my couch. So I thought I'd give a similar vibe, far angle, sitting back and just spilling the beans. But the high levels of DHEA-S in my system, with further testing, could prove that I might have adrenal cancer. I could have a congenital disease with my adrenals, or I could have a benign or cancerous tumor on my adrenal glands. Now, mind you, the level that my DHEA is at is not critical, where it would be a definite sign of this, but it is higher, right? So it being flagged as high and them asking me to come in, kind of, it's like I didn't ask for a follow-up, but maybe this is just standard. I also have a pre-existing medical condition. So it's like, you don't know. You don't know. But I'm fucked up because I'm like, oh shit, I'm dead. You know what I mean? But yesterday when I was thinking about it, I walked home, or not walked home, but I got home, my brother's here, and I just go, "Hey, I might have cancer. Just so you know." So, yeah. And he kind of hit me with the, "Nigga, what? Like, what the fuck you talking about? Like, nigga, it's fucking Tuesday. What the fuck are we talking about?" Or what was yesterday? Monday. It was like, "What the fuck are we talking about?" And yeah, I don't know what is going through my head, honestly. I've been writing it out a little bit just to try to get like calm. I don't know if calm is even the right word. I just feel uneasy. I feel as if certain things have left, you know, have just left me, for lack of a better words. I don't have much understanding of my current state. And this is all, what's so crazy about it? It's all hypothetical, but I think I'm already in a state of anxiousness. So now adding this element of fucking whatever the fuck this is has just, marked it up tenfold. And I don't like therapy. I already told you, I do this instead of therapy. I don't want to become reliant on antidepressants or take anything anti-anxiety. So here's another thing. If it was to be an adrenal tumor, benign or cancerous, regardless, like just it being a tumor on my adrenals, there's one called like a farcinoma or some shit like that, which all the symptoms I felt over the past year are symptoms of having this thing: an intense sense of panic, anxiety, uncharacteristic, or however they say it, like uncharacteristic anxiety, which is kind of like true. Like a doomsday feeling, because whatever that tumor is doing to the adrenals, it's pumping obscene amount of like cortisol in the system, so it's creating stress unnecessarily. So if it's that and I have to get that removed, it's you'll be all right. You can live without your one adrenal gland. One adrenal gland can do the job of two, and it'll suffice. I may have to be on like fucking medication until it takes over, but yeah, it's very stressful, and I didn't notice it was stressful till now. So now I'm kind of like stuck because I'm like, fuck, I'm stressed. I don't know what's going on. I got a new job, and the job, I'm getting a new job within my job, and it's more money, and it's great, and it's like, cool, I didn't even ask for this, appreciate it. Uh, but then also it's like, nigga, you're dying. Like, God's like, I'm gonna give you some more money, but you ain't never gonna spend that shit, nigga. So have fun. And I'm like, well, fuck. Like, what do I do, right? Like, how do I stay out of the future that seems doomed, for lack of a better words? But also, how do I stay present in a moment where I feel like complete angst and like my stomach's always fucked just because of the condition that I'm in. So it's like, it's a balancing act, and it's really hard. So if you've listened this far, I greatly appreciate it. Um, I wasn't supposed to record this episode. I was supposed to. I have other episodes that I'm ready to release with great people. People that I adore, people that I've either had friendships with previous, or ones that are new. I got one episode that I'm really excited for y'all to see, because it's two niggas that, one I've always had a love for. I've known them for a long time, and then the other one is just it's an attachment of that friend, but that nigga, I fuck with him, like, great people. I will have them on multiple times, because they were very. You guys will enjoy the episode. I hope you'll enjoy the episode. I have to do some editing, because niggas said some crazy shit, but I think y'all will enjoy the episode. And then I have another one with somebody who I've also known for a very long time, who's in a new career field, and he's doing something I think is real cool, real unique, and I really fuck with that. And then I got another one with a special guest. She know who she is. I was very excited for this, but by the time y'all see that episode, we probably might have already recorded our second episode together, because we have. So I was not planning on having this. I gotta cancel my trip to New York next week. I have a trip next Friday to New York to go see my mans, and I can't even see it. Like, I can't even see bro. Haven't told him yet, because this is all kind of strung up in the span of a couple weeks. So yeah. But before we get out of here, just wanted to update you guys on how a nigga doing. You know what I'm saying? So might have cancer, probably don't, more than likely don't. Might be on antidepressants soon. Hopefully not. We'll see. But past that, and like, I feel calm now. It's just so triggering about it. It's like, fuck. How do you know when you're responding negatively or positively to anything when, like, you feel okay? Like, I feel okay for 80% of the day. Then the thoughts creep. It's fucked. I do need therapy. So all that shit I was talking at the beginning, like all the episodes previous to this and like all the episodes since, you need therapy, nigga. Like, you just need it. So go get that shit. Because it's either, like, and here's the thing, right? Like, there's, like, a limit, right? There's, like, oh, my God. They always ask you, like, when you get screened for shit, and it has to do with mental health, like, do you want to harm yourself or others? It's like, no, bitch. But, like, when you put it in my head, now I do. Like, I wasn't thinking about it, but now I am, and I'm already feeling like this, so fuck, I might as well go, you know what I'm saying? Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, why do you even give me the idea? I was just chilling, but I felt sad, and now I'm thinking about, damn, do I feel sad enough to go blow somebody's top off, i.e. my own? Like, where the fuck is that? Because, like, clearly I'm having issues with negative thoughts, and you just gonna throw more in there, and then I was just like, fuck. Now I'm looking at my belts a little bit differently. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm like, damn, bleach probably does taste good. Let me take a sip. Or I'm like, damn, oncoming traffic, 985, let me steer in that bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we doing? Like, it's just so fucking stupid. But I get it. Like, But who the fuck's gonna answer that honestly? Whenever they used to ask me, are you sexually active? No. Nigga, you don't need to know what my dick been. At that time, I probably wasn't sexually active, but still, regardless, it's like, ugh. Fuck is you asking about my penis? You know what I'm saying? Or like when they like, do you smoke or drink? When the fuck has anybody answered that honestly if they be like, do you smoke or drink? An alcoholic gonna be like, yeah, I take like a drink or two. No, and damn well they drink like a fifth of Hennessy every night. My granddaddy an alcoholic. I know he never answered truthfully. So it's like, what are we talking about? Do you smoke? And then my dumb ass, I'm such a hypochondriac. I'm like, man, I smoked once when I was like 16. They were like, oh my God. Why would you bring that up? Why the fuck would you ask? Just assume you know the signs. You know what I'm saying? I don't smell like it. I don't look like it. I don't smoke. But then again, they doing their job. So I'm not mad, but I just don't like the system. I feel like the questions are slated against us. So, one more thing before I go into my last little bit of this episode. Whenever I tell people I have anxiety, they never believe me. And I think they think I'm like I take like pride in that shit. Like my ego gets stroked. Bitch, I'm dying inside. What the fuck do you think I care that you don't believe that I got anxiety, nigga? I got it. I got it, bro. I got it. I got it. Do you know how many, bro, my penis fucking retracts back into my body when I get nervous. Do you understand? Like, there's nervous where I'm like, man, I'm kind of iffy. And then there's one where it's like, oh my God, why my dick in my butthole? And then you thinking like, oh my God, it's from the outside. No, it's from the inside. Like, how the fuck did I just caterpillar into my like, why is my penis, inside of me? Why do I have a clitoris? What happened? Why is it just the head? Like, y'all don't know what it's like to have anxiety. My adrenaline's on like, it's like here, bro, but I'm like here. You feel what I'm saying? So like, shit is not fun. But when I was thinking about it, and when I came in yesterday and told my brother I might have cancer, because I didn't have cancer in my head until I looked at the stuff from yesterday. And what I actualized in my head and what has come to me is that previously I've spoken about it. If I was to ever have cancer, I don't know if I want to fight it. I'd rather just live what little I have left and just let it like turn off one day instead of like trying to fight it and then die in the process. And I know that's probably like very. I feel like a lot of people won't agree with that statement, but I'm okay with that because it's just like I just don't find it necessary. I've lived 25 years, and when I reflect on my life now, I kind of can't say that I was the happiest at all times, but man, I had a really good I had a really good life at a lot of parts. Like I might not have been the happiest in my head because it could have been better, but thief or comparison is a thief of joy. I think that's the statement because you can really live your whole life excited for the next day, but if you try to compare your happiness to somebody else's, it trumps and it just goes down. Because looking back, I probably was very happy, but in my head, I can't remember it. And that kind of sucks. So when I hear things like, oh, like when they told me I had GERD and they told me it'll change my life forever, it didn't really faze me at first because I was like, I mean, my life wasn't that great before, I'm gonna post a very vulnerable picture just to show y'all how fat I was this year. Like, this was the beginning of this year, That's not a happy person. I was fucking miserable. And I got down a bit in weight, probably like by March this year, I probably lost like 10, 15 pounds. But I also went through a really hard time in February where like my anxiety and depression were on like a 40. And then it subsided for a little bit. I had broke up with a girl at that point. I was really sad. I couldn't really like it just I wasn't good. It wasn't me. And then June when I had the panic attack and it like sent me, it was like from there I lost 30 pounds, I think, or I don't even know how much I lost. I lost a lot though. So yeah, man, it's not fun. It's not easy, but it be what it be, and it's life. And I heard something recently that anxiety and like feeling sad, anxiety, having feelings and like intense emotion is a blessing in itself. Because Stephen Colbert said like, "What is life without suffering?" or some shit like that. That shit fucked me up. But Big Sean said the one previous about it's having anxiety and intense emotions. It's like it's indicative of living. Like think about how much of a blessing it is to even feel these things. So sometimes I go back to that thought and just go like, man, I'm living right now. Like it feels crazy. The world is like, like foggy and distorted, but at least I'm living. So that's what it is. So after that, 19 minutes of this, let's get into the fun part of the episode with what I'm gonna do if I'm dying. So like if this is gonna be just a nigga might be dead, so this is what came into my head of what I want to do before I'm dead. Intro song. I might be dying in this bitch.
Shake some ass, bitch.
I might be dying in this bitch.
Shake some ass, bitch.
If I'm dying in this bitch on my casket, I just want you to come. So I'm gonna just run through the things that not saying that I'm gonna die, just saying that I want to accomplish like in the next like year or so. And I feel like I'm kind of slowly building a community with this shit. And I'm very gracious of everybody that has chosen to listen, especially if you're coming from, TikTok, if you're coming from YouTube Shorts, if you're coming from just word of mouth. Like, thank you to everybody that shared this. Thank you to all the people that have watched. Thank you to all the people that want to be a guest. I say a lot of crazy, dumb shit, and I don't really care if people cancel me because now I got cancer. So, nah, I'm joking. I'm joking. I don't have that shit. But it's just funny to think about because y'all niggas be like emotional and shit. So. But here's the things that I want to do. So let's go short list. Things I haven't done. I ain't never bought a pair of Jordan 1s. I've always wanted a pair. So if anybody wears a size 8.5, I don't wear 8.5, bitch. I wear a 9. Check all my shoes. It's a 9. But I like my shoes tight, so I'm gonna get an 8.5. I got a big foot for a little guy. Regular meat though. So like, also that's another thing I want to do before I pass away. I want to get penis enlargement surgery. I want to see how big it could go. Cause like I'm cool, like it's there. Like when it get like stiffy, it like you be like, oh, it's there, right? But you feel me? Like I want to be like there. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to just walk around that bitch, kind of like just like I gotta walk like this, cause that shit just hanging. You know what I mean? I don't think most people would reason with that, cause they probably just have an adequate sized penis. But me personally, I would just love it to be bigger, cause there's like juxtaposition. I'm little, big penis. Like Kevin Hart they say he got a huge one. I want one of those. So I remember back when we was like in high school, they were like, your penis is supposed to be the size of your foot. So I got really excited because I wore a 9. So I was like, bitch, my dick finna be huge. Bro, that shit did not work. You know what I'm saying? If that's true, my friend with the smallest foot, he does have a larger like device. And I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at it. He got a lot of shit going wrong with him. He kind of ugly, just a little bit, just a smidget. He biracial, so he don't know what the fuck his genetics gonna bring about. Uh, Actually, let me cut back on the ugly. He ugly as shit only because he make himself ugly. He a little unkept in a way that I just want him to get better at. But he got a big one, so shout out to him. Honestly, I've seen it. Pause. But he definitely showed a lot of niggas. He drew a picture of it. Yeah, first off, before I pass away in this lifetime, hopefully in 80 years or however long left I got, I want that nigga to maybe I wish God could like snap and his penis just fly away, cause he doesn't deserve it. A nigga who draws a fucking anatomically correct depiction of their penis when pictures exist is just weird, and that's a different level of horny. I will preface with that nigga was like 19 when he did it, but I don't really care. That shit is weird as fuck. He also made a pair of Uptown, so like high top Air Force Ones, and he put his body count on there and like names, and he thought that shit was cool. So nah, actually, yeah, fuck that nigga. Before I die, fuck that nigga. I love him to death, but fuck that nigga. You know? Now I'm not gonna fuck him, but like fuck him, like ugh. Not like ugh, but like ugh. So yeah, I want a pair of Jordan 1s, preferably some Royal ones, or just some band like 2016 band, the ones with the X's. Like I want the breads. Um, what else? I want to get this podcast to 1 million subscribers. I think we could do that. I think we could do that. I think we're gonna do that. Fuck it, we're gonna do that. 1 million on all platforms. I want to make a movie. I want to make movies generally. Like my life's work is going to be movies, but I want to make a movie, and I want the movie to be about damn, what was the movie gonna be about? It don't matter. I'm not telling y'all my secrets. Fuck y'all. I'm still here. I'm still gonna be here, bitch. Fuck is you talking about? A nigga is good. I want to have sex with a former teacher. Um, I know like some of y'all might be like, this nigga weird, but I don't want to fuck a current teacher. I want to fuck like a former teacher. Like, a former teacher of mine. Cause I'm 25 now, so it's like, and you see, here's the thing. I know what teacher I was like smitten for, and if a nigga heard what teacher I was smitten for, they look at me crazy. But Miss Lele Smith, whatever you go about, I had a crush on her. A thicker white lady. Thick might be giving her too much credit. A nicer sized white lady. Nicer size in the sense of she had more body. She had more surface area. Hey, she was my statistic teacher, so she taught me about like mean, median, and mode, and like the bell curve. She was very shapely, similar to redhead, freckles, glasses. Not the conventionally attractive person, but she was so endearing and like she held me like a sweater. Like I wanna have sex with her. Admittedly, like I think she was kind of hot to me in a weird way. So, and speaking of like teachers and fucking kids, did we ever figure out what happened with Coach Perkins? Y'all let me know. Y'all signed off in the comments. Did that nigga touch that girl? Cause I know some other girls he was accused of touching. So, you know what I mean? So, if he didn't with her, I know he did it with one of them. But the legality on that one's still up in the air too. So, and another one. That was the crazy part. When I heard about the one, I was like, whatever, right? Because it was post the thing and then the thing, and I was like, well, it happened when she was closer, if not already in adulthood. I don't really know the logistics of it. But when I heard about another one that happened previous to, like back in the day, I was like, whoa. So this a pattern. So yeah, y'all let me know if that nigga did. Hey, Coach Perkins, if you touch that little girl, bro, fuck you. You a bitch. But if you didn't, free you, I think. Cause I heard he was still training kid. That's not my business. That's not my business. I don't want no beef. But if you was out there touching kids, we can have some beef, bitch ass nigga. But respectfully, I don't know what your situation is. Nor do I really give a fuck. I mean, I do if you were. You know what? I'm gonna stop talking about this because this ain't got shit to do with me. So yeah. What else do I want to do? I want to actually read the books in my room. I used to buy books. I used to go to Barnes and Noble weekly because I thought this one girl was real cute, and I used to just talk to her when I was there for maybe 2 minutes and buy a book. So I done spent about $1,000 on books now. I ain't read a fucking one. I was lying to bitches too. Actually, no, that's not true. I read probably, let's see, I got about 60 to 70 books. I probably have read two. And this is spanned 2.5 years, maybe 3 years. I still periodically go in fucking, what's that shit called? Barnes and Noble, and I buy a book. Some girl was trying to convince me to go to a library. Like, do I look fucking poor, bitch? I can afford a book. Fuck is you talking about? I don't care about supporting a fucking community. I live in a white area. These niggas don't care about my taxes. They taxing the other niggas. So fuck them. I don't want these white kids to read. Fuck. Bitch, what? Fuck them kids. Legit, like, fuck them for real. Look, they take away free clinics. I want to take away the fucking library. Fuck the library. I live in a conservative state. Fuck. They don't want us to read no way. They talk about you can't read of mice and men because it's, it empowers black people or some shit. Like, they taking the word gay out of the shit. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? How they got banned books? How you ban a book? What fucking process in your head do you go through where you just like, yeah, y'all can't read them words? Every time I click into Pornhub before I was 18, it used to say, if you're not 18, leave this site. What the fuck you think I did? What the fuck did you, like, what are we talking about? Get the, I digress. This ain't about that. This about me dying. This about me. This about what I want to do before I die. Let me clarify, because I'm not dying. Damn. Anything else? I kind of want to get into dog fighting. Just a little bit. I want to see what Michael Vick risked it all for. It just don't make sense to me. Michael Vick is still one of the greatest athletes of all time, and he risked it all for some puppies. So I got to see what that was talking about. I want to meet Jenna Ortega. I want to take her on a date. So Jenna Ortega, this is my Jenna Ortega. If you're listening, listen, sweetie. I love you. You so beautiful. So I got introduced to Jenna Ortega like, I want to say like 2022, 2021 or whatever. She had did something or whatever, and my sister used to watch her show on Disney Channel called like Stuck in the Middle. And like in the pandemic, I had like seen bits and pieces, but I wasn't really like too cognizant of her. And then like a year or two later, whenever the fucking movie with her and Kid Cudi and shit came out and Mia Goth, I think it's called X or whatever. Whenever that came off, no, she dropped a movie where it turned off as like a school. It started off as like a school shooting movie, and then it turned into like this lesbian coming of age story. That's when I finally watched her, and I was like, oh, I fuck with you. And I found out she like a year or two younger than me. I was like, bitch, what we doing? Like, what the fuck? Like, you cute as shit. So now I'm just like just obsessed with her. I not like in a weird way, but I just think she's so beautiful. So Jen, I would love to meet you and take you out on a date. Preferably we could split a McChicken, and Dr Pepper. And so Jenna, um, actually I'm not dying, but let's act like I am. So everybody, we're gonna start a GoFundMe and we're gonna start a petition to get me to meet Jenna Ortega before I pass away, and then we can just not pass away. And just like, what's the harm in that? Who am I affecting if I say, "Oh my God, I think I might be dying. Can I meet you?" And she says yes, and then I meet her. Y'all gonna snitch if like I don't pass away? Like, is you? Cause if you is, you a bitch. But if not, like, we cool. Like, just let me meet Jenna Ortega and we fine. So Jenna Ortega, I'm wearing this hat because I'm sick. Can we please just meet? Please? Like, and I just want to meet you. I want to smoke a cig with you type shit. Why would a nigga sick say he wants to smoke a cig? It's my last wish. So, Jenna Ortega, hit my line. You know what I mean? Yeah. I want to meet Frank Ocean before I die. Pause. I think we got to pause that because y'all niggas is homophobic. I'm not no more. So, I got a new lease on life, so I'm not going to be homophobic no more. What else, man? Nah, that's it, man. That's it. I think that's pretty much it. But yeah, thank y'all for listening. It's a really scary moment in my life. A little nerve wracking and wrecking, however you say it. Nerve wracking. And yeah, it's there's a Buddhist quote that says you only suffer as long as you decide to. So day by day it has become easier and easier to overcome the persistent angst and sadness that kind of looms. But being able to do this every Wednesday has definitely provided me a sense of solace, a sense of direction almost again. And I love this so fucking much, man. I don't even know how to explain it to y'all how much I just love being able to talk to y'all and give y'all what little bit of wisdom I have inside of me. And yeah, I'm just greatly appreciative of everything. And I don't know what I would do without it in a weird way. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but this is for lack of a better word saved me. And man, I feel like a little boy every time I get to pick up this microphone and say some shit. Man, I've recorded episodes since releasing the podcast every week that y'all will never see. Me and my brother made a joke about domestic violence and it got dark. And we'll never let y'all see that episode because it wasn't really a joke. We were just reading a story and it went left because the story got good and then it got fucked up and then you were like, "Is this a joke?" And yeah, man, but I might have not okay. Probably shouldn't have said that, but yeah, this has given me so much joy and happiness to do this. And yeah, man, I'm so gracious to literally every ear that's ever given a listen. I have music out right now. BEHKS. Look me up. Sorry for the summer. The EP. Wherever you stream music, go find it. I'll probably link it and like screenshot it here. But yeah, before I go, I'll say one last little thing, last little impart of wisdom that I have, what little I've been blessed with. But I've found that the joy that I seek is not one that will ever exist outside of me. So I've come to find that the moments that I find peace are not moments where I've chosen to ignore the chaos, but rather moments where I've understood that the chaos is necessary. I know that sounds just bullshit and very convoluted and kookish, but what I'm really trying to say is love every moment, no matter how dark, how sinister, how hopeless you might feel, because at some point that light turns off and all the complaints, all the angst, all the anger, all the love, all the joy, all the euphoria that you might feel from this existence, it's meaningless, right? It means nothing once the light turns off. So enjoy it, man. It's a ride. It's uncomfortable. It sucks, but man, it's so much more beautiful than being fucking dead or being P. Diddy right now. So just enjoy your life and every aspect of it. Just know to feel pain is to feel. To feel happiness is to feel joy is to feel sadness is to feel love is to feel. Just feel. Um, Marlem, if you're seeing this, it'd be nice if you took me back, but at the same time, it probably wouldn't, because at this point, I've probably fucked up 1,000 times. But it was great knowing you. And I haven't gotten pussy from this podcast yet. So my last little bit, please, can somebody come have sex with me? I love you guys. Thank you for listening. Bye.
Really bad people, really bad people, really bad people, really bad people, ooh, really bad.
I might be dying in this bitch.
Shake some ass, bitch.
I might be dying in this bitch.
Shake some ass, bitch.
If I'm dying in this bitch on my casket, I just want you to come.
Shake that ass, bitch.
I might be dying in this bitch.
Shake some ass, bitch.
I might be dying in this bitch. Shake some
ass, bitch.
I might be dying in this bitch on my casket.
Bitch.
I wanted these 4 bad bitches on caskets.
Bitch, bitch.